particular Mach-e came to us out of City of Industry in California. It's a one-owner car with just under 92,000 miles on it. As a matter of fact, when we got it, it was wrapped completely matte black. So, to make sure everything was good underneath, we carefully removed that wrap and were very pleasantly surprised to find out that the wrap actually did its job. The factory paint underneath has been preserved really well, meaning it's in fairly exceptionally good condition for its age and mileage. This also happens to be the Select trim with the Tech and Comfort package, meaning you get the Co-Pilot 360 surround view camera, slightly better lane keep, and adaptive cruise control, and you get that rear lift gate there. Is not only is it power up, but if you kick your foot right underneath that light, you'll give it a little boot, it'll lift right up for you completely hands-free, which is pretty cool. The powertrain of this thing gives you right around 200 to 215 miles of real-world driving range. EPA estimates about 230, but single-motor rear-wheel drive on this with a 68 kilowatt-hour battery pack. Now, being rear-wheel drive, that means this actually tends to handle and ride better than a lot of its front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive rivals. So Ford really did try their best to infuse a little bit of the Mustang sporting heritage into these things. Even if the form factor isn't true Mustang, it drives pretty well like one. You know, turn the traction control off, you can even get a little sideways with it, which is always fun. Now, the owner of our dealership has actually owned a Mach-e for a little over 5 years personally, and even though he kind of gets his pick of the pack and brings home a lot of vehicles from the dealership, these Mach-e's, and specifically the one that he owns, is still the one that his wife likes to drive when she needs to go somewhere, or the kids like to ride in when they got to go run errands or go to school stuff. So they're pretty nice places to be inside. Remarkably spacious for their size and their shape. And speaking of shapes, it's pretty swoopy. So the wind noise at high speed is really muted in this compared to some of the more squared off EVs out there. Quick double pull the inside handle, frunk pops right open. Now you'll see this is a weather sealed frunk to keep everything as dry and dust free as possible. It is decently deep and it has 4 divided segments here. This center divider can in fact lift out. This is really helpful if you're doing quick grocery runs or have small stuff, because if you've ever spilled milk in your car like I have, you know how bad that sucks, and this really helps keep that from happening. It's illuminated if you got to load up at night. This is your windshield washer fluid, so this is really the only maintenance item you got to worry about with any frequency, depending on, you know, when and where you drive. And under here is the 12-volt accessory battery, but you don't have to worry about that for probably another couple of years, because I personally just got done changing that with a brand new Ford Motorcraft AGM battery. Back of the Mach-e, I'll show you right under here. Should do the thing. Of course, it won't do the thing because I'm recording. Fuck you, car. If you line up with the Mustang and you stick your foot in, you pull your foot out, just like the Hokey Pokey, it opens right up. So once that's open, you've got a pretty big cargo area back here, nice load floor here. You've got pockets to the left and to the right, 12-volt power outlet here with cargo hooks, good for like holding grocery bags or something in the back here. If you need to put some really big stuff in, button here, drops those back seats flat for makes a lot of room in here if you need it. And this, not just a load floor, it's a false floor. So you can hide more stuff back here underneath this, out of sight and out of mind. Finally, this little blow molded foam holds the roadside emergency kit here, which is basically a can of Fix-A-Flat with an air compressor, and where my dealer plate is there is a great place to put your portable charging cable. So like the 110 or 240 volt that you have, put it in there, and that way you can charge up wherever you go and not have to worry about it. And when you're done, foot in, foot out, same as before, comes right on down. Pretty fun. In the back seat of the Mach-e real quick, pretty comfy place to be. And as rear seat passenger, you get a few amenities. You got your own vents, and down below the vents, you've got USB and USB-C charge ports right there. You've got door pockets on it too, good for holding a couple things. Child seat anchors on both the left and right rear seats. Right down below, see the slots where you can hook up to there. And in the middle, your cup holder / armrest drops right down. Now, I need to leave my door open for sunlight, but I'm 6'1", 260 pounds, and my head clears the ceiling with ease with the way it's lifts up here. So you got lots of room, good recline, good place to be. In the driver's seat of the Mach-e, starting with the door. This is your door handle here. Pull that, opens right up. Windows, mirrors, locks. Here, these are your headlight controls. So they're on automatic headlights. It's an easy place to leave them, but if you want to turn them on, you can by turning this knob. These are the dimmers for your gauge cluster and your center stack. And this is max defrost, just making sure you get as much power going to the heated mirrors and heated rear window to thaw things out as quick as you can. Here on the steering wheel, your adaptive cruise controls are here, and your radio controls are here. Set, resume, on, off, following distance, and lane keep. Now this thing up here, this is pretty neat. My camera is picking up these flashes, but my eyes do not. That is the infrared eye tracker as part of the prep package for Ford's Blue Cruise. Blue Cruise is a hands-free cruise control on pre-mapped highways. So it's pretty neat. And it stays on so long as it tracks your eye movements and it can see that your eyes are up scanning the road and that you're still attentive. So if you're down, texting or whatever, it'll safety itself off and make you resume manual control. But yeah, hands-free, intelligent cruise control. Pretty neat stuff. Up here on the dashboard itself, you've got just a really simple display. Range, compass heading. If you change your cruise control settings, you can adjust and it'll show the following distance, if you have lane keep on or off, and if cruise control is on or off. Over here, just shows your miles per hour, speed limit of the roads that you're on that the camera sees, and your Prindle indicator. And there you see just under 92,000 miles on this. Onto the big screen though. This integrated screen runs everything in this car. So from your baseline center stack, you've got all of your menus here for radio, phone, nav, media. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Built into the nav, it also picks up charging stations, public charging stations, and it shows you your charging history and the efficiency of your vehicle. It's pretty cool how it runs all of this. Over in entertainment, it's even got games. If you're stuck in traffic or waiting to pick somebody up, Ford built some games into this, which is super fun. So that's really cool. All of your vehicle settings are under that picture of the car, and you've got everything here. These are your 3 drive modes, your settings for just the immediate easy stuff like one pedal drive, auto hold, all that. But as you go through, you can see just how customizable and how much you can play with this. Like as it loads everything, I mean, just acres and acres of settings and personalization options. It's really, really cool. I mean, this thing can even run a vehicle Wi-Fi hotspot using its integrated LTE. It gets over the road or over the air updates and just super duper cool. And this is actually set up while the system reloads itself, because it actually just did one shortly before filming this. I forced it to refresh and do one. Every night at 1 a.m. this will check its systems to see. And this is that 360 surround view camera. So you got your backup camera. It has an array of forward-facing cameras, and there's that integrated one. It makes getting in and out of tight parking spots really, really easy. Moving down from that, USB-C fast charger and USB charger. This here is actually a fast charge pad. So you can put your phone on it and it'll wirelessly fast charge it. You got your cup holders here. Underneath, it's a little dark, but there's a whole storage cubby underneath that part of the center console. Speaking of, this is your gear selector here. Just rotary knob. The nice thing is if you really want to conserve your electrons, run it in whisper and then hit L. That gives you the most aggressive regenerative braking possible. Here under your center console, flips up your armrest, and then you've got a whole another storage area down here with a 12-volt cigarette lighter line-in hidden down in there as well. And as you can see, it's pretty deep. It eats most of my hand. You can see the stitching on these leather seats. Pretty nice, and they're really, really plush. So, like, I'm a big dude. I sink right in, and the bolstering doesn't dig into my sides, which is always a nice thing. Only other thing to note, pretty good-sized glove box up in here. No books in this one, but it gives you more room to keep your stuff. And you've got a sunglass holder up top, and your visors do the usual thing. You have got the 3 integrated buttons here for garage doors and gates. Flips up, these are illuminated. You got a little ticket holder there, and to help keep the sun at bay, they slide in and out. You've also got an auto dimming mirror up top here. Leaving out of the parking garage here, real quick, I'll shut my mouth so you can open your ears and just listen. We know an EV is going to be quiet, but listen close to the suspension and the brakes as we go through here, because everything will echo. Pretty good. Right, so we're out here on the highway. You've got all of your gauges set up, and you want to engage Blue Cruise. Turn on your cruise control. Set speed will pop up there, up to set, and as it goes, it will recognize, lock you into the lane, goes hands-free, and then boom, you can pull your hands away. It'll maintain you in your lane for true hands-free cruise control. It's a pretty neat system that just centers way better than a traditional adaptive cruise, and honestly, just one less thing to worry about when you're out here on the highway. The empty frontage road for a quick 0 to 50 to 0, showing you guys that there's nothing hiding in the suspension or braking system under full load, acceleration, or deceleration. Traction control is off. We're in unbridled, which is the sportiest mode, so let's hit it. Stops good.